what's up? Welcome back to another edition of the Mandatory Live. If you like the content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button because it helps the channel grow. If you've already done that, thank you so much. Remember, you can find us on the audio side as well. So wherever you get your shows, podcasts, you can find us there. Give us a 5-star, leave a rate and review because that helps the channel grow as well. So I think this is a very tough fight for Bam Rodriguez. This is not going to be an easy, I don't think Bam stops Cafu. Cafu is a very crafty fighter. He's tough. He's going to make it difficult, and he's going to make it. I think he's going to kind of make it a brawl because that's what Cafu does. That's kind of his fight style, and I think this one goes the distance. And here's the thing that pissed me off about this, guys. Do not take Cafu lightly. Like this dude is a legit fighter, right? And what they did is they announced Bam Rodriguez's next fight against Fernando Martinez. Like they already put oh my god, what is going on here? Did they just say no?
Because it's scheduled. It's scheduled, yeah.
But why is there a check mark against Cafu like that Bam already won the fight?
No, that's because it's sanctioned. That's why.
Okay. Oh my god,
it's just sanctioned and all that.
But guys, I think okay, so here's the thing. They announced it like recently. They could have just waited until the end of Bam and Cafu and been like, yo, we have this fight set up for November. I know what people are thinking, like the Martinez fight is a bigger fight, but it's so disrespectful to a guy like Cafu and his team that's training for this fight. And I think people are going to be surprised. This is going to be a very, very competitive fight. Bryan, your thoughts on this? Oh,
Cafu is good. Cafu is also he has a weird 3 draws on his resume, by the way. Just to touch on Bam real quick before I continue with Cafu. The other fight has been announced, Fernando Martinez. Notice how they don't list the titles yet because they want to make sure Bam Rodriguez holds up his end. Now, I think he will, to be fair, but I agree. You should have plans after a fight. Like the WWE, once WrestleMania ends, they're thinking about the next year's WrestleMania already. Historically, you have to plan for it. You just don't tell everybody your plans. You have to do it in secret. You don't want to disrespect Cafu, give him bulletin board material, and then he knocks out Bam Rodriguez in the upset of the year or an upset of the year contender. And then it's like, oh shit. Turk has already done this, and we've seen it derail his plans. He's luckily he was backing Shakur Stevenson. He was backing Hamza Shiraz very, very publicly, disrespectful to William Zepeda and Edgar Berlanga, although I don't think people care that Edgar Berlanga gets disrespected. But Wilder Joshua on the same card, they're going to fight each other next, up in flames because Wilder lost. There's been instances where this happened with, obviously, in the Times Square card where Rolly Romero lost. Devin Haney performed not up to standard. And then Devin Haney can't fight Ryan Garcia next because how are you going to sell that after Ryan Garcia did what he did and Devin Haney looked how he looked? Teofimo Lopez wasn't necessarily inspiring against Arno Barbosa. People were just hyping up his performance because he wasn't completely just flat like everyone else, but he didn't do a ton either. He just kind of did enough to win. And he just did a couple of things that were cool looking. Ooh, you know what I mean? Whatever. But I think with Cafu, though, this is not easy. It's just a lot of people just haven't seen him fight yet. He's from South Africa. He's 11-0-3.
Very crafty. Very crafty.
He can hit too, which is the other thing. So his 3 draws, they're very early on in his career. He's gotten some experience since. And all of them were in South Africa. One of them was he was fighting for the South African flyweight championship. So not the world championship in the flyweight division, but this was one of his first fights. He was 6-0 going into this fight. Jackson Chauke, I think is how you pronounce it. They drew. Cafu won according to one judge, but it was a majority draw. So this is also going to be his first time fighting outside of South Africa, other than his last fight where he fought in Japan. And this is where he actually won the title to begin with, where he beat Kosei Tanaka for the super flyweight championship in a split decision in Japan. He, in preparing for the Bam Rodriguez fight, I did go back and watch. I thought he won the fight, edged it out. It was very close, but for him to get the decision in Japan was also a big thing. and this sort of sets up this unification with Bam Rodriguez. BoxRec won't tell you this because of business, but they're nope, never mind. I thought Bam also I thought he had the WBA championship. That could have been from
No, he once. Okay, so the plan is once he beats Cafu, that's what they're saying. Then
that's
they're
who he's
going to
gonna fight
unify.
for. Did he
Yeah,
not have
for
the WBA? Maybe a different weight
no,
class.
then he's going to unify against Martinez. Here's the thing. This is why I think people are sleeping on Cafu. He went to Japan and beat Tanaka. It's tough to do. It's
Yeah.
very, very tough to do. Like, that's not an easy fight. And this fight for Bam is not going to be very easy. And I think Cafu is going to take him to the distance. I think this is going to be a gritty fight. And Cafu is going to get on the inside. He's going to throw some punches, some very hard punches. And listen, Bam's been dropped before.
That's right. Yeah.
Bam has been dropped before.
Yeah, it's look, it's not a given that he beats Fernando Martinez either, although I suspect he'll be a favorite in that fight.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
Fernando
I'm very big on Bam. He's one of my favorite fighters. I mean, when I'm playing Undisputed, I use Bam. I will say this.
When was the last time you played Undisputed?
I just played it like last night.
So was the update good? They
I
updated
mean,
it apparently.
yeah, the update is there's still so many issues. Like I that's a whole different episode that we should probably do, Bryan. That's a whole different episode.
Hey, we'll talk about Undisputed in August because they ain't
Yeah.
boxing again, ebbs and flows. May at the beginning it was cool, and then it fell off a cliff, and now we're back up. And then after because next week is Xander Zayas and Clarissa Shields, they're not fighting each other.
Although Clarissa would be down. She would be down.
But after that, we're back down. Like just August looks like it's going to be a bad boxing month, especially if Tank can't fight, and I don't know if he should.
I don't think that's going to happen because Lamont Roach put out a video, by the way, saying that he signed the papers, Tank is not, and there's also been reports by Tank's team, and I don't know how true this is because it's on the internet, so you can't believe everything. But they also said that Tank hasn't been training since his whole thing that happened. The legal stuff.
If that's the case, they're going to push it back. They're going to push it back. Foxy says, didn't they announce Zab versus Floyd, getting us back on track before Baldemir versus Zab? I don't know why they do this nonsense. However, Bam is elite. Yes, and yes.
So yeah. So to finish my thought, when I mentioned Undisputed, Bam is on that pound for pound list, and listen, I think he's going to be on there for a very, very, very long time. He's just one of those guys. Listen, and I love the lighter weight classes. Like that's my bag. I would love to see him against Chocolatito just for those purposes.
Me too.
Because Chocolatito is like one of my favorite fighters of all time. So I would love that. By the way,
if Bam wins the WBO title, look who's the number one contender for that WBO title.
Yeah, I want to see that fight. Like, I think that's a fight where everyone would be very interested. Although, like, to see El Gallo and like what happened to him, that was kind of tough for me to see. So I don't know if Chocolatito is crazy good and he's got many miles on him. But I think also people want to see Bam against a guy like Nakatani when he moves up.
I went in the wrong direction. Nakatani.
Yeah. You were looking for Oscar Collazo. That's why you're going down there, but
that's a good joke. That's a good joke. Remember, Oscar Collazo's on my pound for pound list. By the way, Yankiel Rivera is getting a title shot soon. I learned that.
I like him.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
And Jermaine Ortiz is fighting Steve Claggett on the co-main event.
Jermaine Ortiz, I am actually a fan of. Like, people don't like his flat fight style, but he should win that fight.
I think that's a good fight for him. Nakatani, since we brought him up, like I thought he had another fight. This is rumored. We'll see what happens, but like I don't know if he and Bam are going to fight each other, but I'd want to see it. I think it's more likely though. I think it's more likely
Gonzalez fighting Brandon Figg?
Yeah. All right, let me pull up the card.
I like Joet Gonzalez a lot, you guys. So I like that, TJ. I think me and TJ like the same fighters. We like the same fight style here. That's a good fight. Pull up the card, yes, because I think that's important.
All right, so we're done with Bam. We both think he's going to win. I suspect he'll get us Actually, I don't know. I could see Cafu bringing that to the cards.
I think it's going the distance. I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think Cafu will push
No. I'm not
Bam.
betting on it. I'm not betting on it. I'll tell you that. I'm not betting on
What
it.
is?
I just
I'm
think
going to
Bam's
look
gonna
right
win.
now. I wonder what Bam is to win by decision, because that's what I'm going to be taking.
Bam to win by decision.
Because
I
he's a
forget that
minus
they have him.
2,500. Whew, to by decision. Bam to win by decision is a
Jesus.
plus 400.
You don't
Yep,
see
gonna
that
bet
in
on that.
unification a lot. So yeah, plus 430 here, better value.
Ooh,
For him
okay.
to win on points, minus 470 to win by stoppage. I mean, look, he should stop him, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect Cafu like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it
Yeah.
goes. Okay. Wrapping up, we have the card here for MGM Grand. This is the card of the weekend. This is a good card. So I shout out to PBC for actually putting this. This is they again, they're not putting out cards like they used to in terms of the frequency.
Yeah.
This is a card that interests me pretty much from top to bottom in the way that last week's card with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, top to bottom, I was like, ooh, you get, Tam Tebow, you get Shantelle Cameron very early in the card, like all these sort of things, right? So MGM Grand, by the way, first fight in MGM Grand in a minute. Mario Barrios, Manny Pacquiao. Again, they do the thing where analytically, they have Fundora, Tim Tszyu, but the main event is going to be Pacquiao and Barrios.
Yo, Gary Allen Russell's on this card?
Gary Russell's back. He's on this card. We talked about this. You remember
What?
this?
This is crazy.
I sent you. I thought I sent you the thing yesterday where he was in the workouts. I know you've been busy, but like he
Yo,
did.
This is a crazy card.
Back. So look. So we got Barrios Pacquiao. We have Fundora Tim Tszyu, the rematch. By the way, Raheem from the Ringer hit me and was like, "Yo, a Tim Tszyu, Mario Barrios, Alexander Usyk parlay is like plus 170 something," and I was like, "Ooh."
I don't trust Tim Tszyu still. I don't trust him still. Not that I trust Sebastian Fundora, but it's like the way that he fought. That's the only thing. It's like the way that he fought in that fight was better, but I think like that cut had a lot to do with it. But I just don't trust either of them, so I would stay away.
By the way, it's not listed here. This is for. I'm pretty sure this is for a title. I'm almost positive of that. It's not listed here, but that should. I thought it was for a championship. I don't know why, because Sebastian Fundora is a WBC. BoxRec recognized the WBC. They don't recognize the WBA, but the WBA title is currently held by Terrence Crawford, who probably won't have the title after fighting Canelo Alvarez. So I don't know if I missed something, but I thought that was for a title. Isaac Cruz, Angel Fierro, that rematch is happening. That's a little more confusing, but okay. Isaac Cruz barely won the first time. I thought it could have been a draw. Brandon Figueroa, Joet Gonzalez. We got a comment about upset alert there. I don't hate it. David Picasso, who is rumored to fight Naoya Inoue at one point. He's fighting on this card. Mark Maxayo's returning. Gary Russell, Abel Ramos, Omar Salcedo, and then you have a few prospects here. Most notably, Joseph Brown from Vancouver.
I muted myself again. Let's give some love to Joseph Brown from Vancouver. Bryan told me about this guy, actually.
Yeah, this is your stomping grounds right here. 18 years old, 5-0, nicknamed the Prodigy, from Vancouver.
Nice, I love it. I'm gonna be rooting for. I'm gonna be his biggest fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. But he got to show out. 4 knockouts. Okay, I'm impressed. So this is a great fight, a great card that we're gonna be looking forward to.